Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Battlebit podcast. Today, we're going to talk about drugs.
I like drugs.
Yeah, I'm here.
And as such,
Oh,
I thought
see.
I'd start the
can hear it.
podcast with a hit. So,
You smoking
what I mainly want to
DMT?
talk about at the beginning of the podcast is a bit of a conversation that nobody really has with their children, which is about drugs in general and what the fuck they are, what most of them do, what most of the bad ones are, and addictive ones, and how to stick the fuck away from them and enjoy your experience with drugs without being completely retarded and uneducated. It's going to be an interesting conversation, because I have a lot of experience with drugs. We're probably going to delve off into a lot of stories. But the first place to begin with any educated conversation is what the fuck are drugs? Drugs, actually, you know what? Let's get a little official. Let's get a Google definition. Let's see what Google says. What does the dictionary define as? Because actually now I'm curious. I usually wouldn't do something like this, but I'm kind of curious what the dictionary definition of drugs is. Dictionary definition. Let's see. I wonder what it would be. I never really thought about that. What is a dictionary?
You have to read chat.
Chat isn't up right now. There's no one here at chat. It's alright. Alright, we're going down. For everyone, we're going down. And we're dead. Alright, well, okay. Alright, here we go. Here's the dictionary definition. A medicine or other substance which has a physiological effect when ingested, otherwise introduced into the body. A new drug, and that's an example. That's a pretty good definition, but I would further go to say it's any chemical substance which alters the body or mind in really any sort of sense. I feel like that's a little bit of a retarded person's version of events, which kind of suits me a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like there are better definitions, so I'd have to go with that other one. But anyhow, the entire place we want to go with is what is good and bad about drugs. Mute me, brother. You can mute me. There's a button for that. What is good and bad about drugs specifically? I think what's good about it is all the stuff that we do when it comes to like medicine case, being able to make medicines. Being able to, change people's lives or, false altered states or bad mutations with drugs. But mainly, I think the biggest relationship we have with drugs is this recreational use. People don't really look at it like that. We have more of a use of them with, healing and medicine nowadays. But that's only in certain countries. In most countries, drugs are more of a recreational sort of thing.
Oh, thank you.
And
I almost killed myself.
the area we wanna really kind of educate about is what
Exposed.
are the
We're
worst
exposed.
kind of drugs and where not to go into recreational drugs. Personally, I think you can just stick with your basic fucking cigarettes, alcohol. I think that's usually the best thing for most people. I wouldn't get into cigarettes too much, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking cigars or liking tobacco products in general and have them every now and then, or if you're someone that can keep away from the addiction. But mostly general brand cigarettes are pretty much, they just have like a bunch of shit in them that make you more inclined to be addicted to them or to want to take another hit or whatnot. So, I usually stay away from those, but you have lighter stuff kind of like weed or like mushrooms, which is kind of intense psychedelically, but like when it comes to addiction or serious problems, unless you're like popping a fuck ton of them, you're not going to have a problem. Everything above that is pretty much everything else. I mean, anything from coke to fucking heroin to, black tar fucking shit to fucking battery acid or whatever the fuck, or horse tranquilizers. But, I think most of the United fucking States use cocaine through the 70s and 80s, and not everyone ended up addicted. So it's not like it's the... It's not like... It's not like it's the same for everybody. Some people are going to become more addicted or whatnot. I think it's more or less you can't stop people from doing what they want to do, but what you can kind of do is kind of prep them. You can kind of just give them the best education you can and realize that, yes, cocaine can be very addictive. And its worst form is crack rock cocaine. This thing everybody liked cocaine. Everybody thought cocaine was great, but then they stuck it in some baking soda and like, hey, yo, check out this. It's crack rock cocaine. It's just like cocaine except it gets you higher, you know. And where did that end with us? Well, that ended us in a lot of fucking trouble with crack rock cocaine, which was addictive as fucking hell, and ruined a lot of people's lives. Still ruins lives today. But, you know, it's interesting enough to think that just taking something like baking soda and adding it to a chemical compound just like cocaine, and boom, you got yourself an entirely new, highly addictive, fuck up the neighborhood drug. It's just interesting how that kind of shit works out. It's also interesting that cocaine was such a widely used drug through the 70s, 80s, like specifically when it's been kind of used a lot throughout all of human history in different forms. I mean, they used to have cocaine in Coca-Cola, which is, I really do wonder, like, if ingesting it through like liquid does actually give you any sort of effect. I don't know if that's, because I know most people snort it. I don't really know the straight science behind exactly how cocaine gets to the thing, but I would assume there's possibly different ways, like different methods of like.
I got a ray gun, bro. I got a ray gun.
What's it
Please
called?
pick me up, bro. Please, bro. I got a ray gun.
Yes, chemical compounds that can like give her different versions.
There's a guy right around the corner.
What the
Oh,
fuck
he
is the
went
word I'm
inside.
looking for?
We're good.
God, that fucking weed hits. This is what drugs do you. They affect the mind. But I mean, what the fuck am I? I'm trying to think. It's like consumption. Ways of consumption. There we go. But then again, like, you can really overdo any drug. I think the number one thing people don't talk about is like, you can it doesn't matter like what kind, like how low down of a drug it is, or like anything in your life, you can overdo anything, and this is especially the case with drugs. So like something that's like legal, like alcohol or even prescription drugs, can be abused very easily. Even the stupid ones like smaller things like Klonopin or Xanax or like shit that you wouldn't expect to be abused. I mean, I used to look up on the internet for different ways to take like the medicines my grandma took and what I could turn that into to make it something to get you fucking high, and you could do shit with that. It's just wild the kind of concoctions you can make to fuck with and alter your mind in a way that I guess makes you feel euphoric or whatever. And really at any point you can do it in a bunch of different ways, but really the issue always comes is when you just overdo it. There's no I don't know, I guess restraint, no self-control. You gotta realize that really doing too much of any sort of drug is bad. Anything from alcohol to cigarettes or whatnot. So the entire goal of kind of regulating a relationship with drugs is being able to look at it and go, look, if this starts becoming a problem in my life or something that I'm constantly picking up to, then it's an issue. But also, on a weird note, sometimes a light drug like alcohol, cigarettes, or weed can be like a really good thing to just like when you don't have the emotional capability or money for therapy to afford to deal with fucking certain issues. Sometimes it can be a good drowner. People don't really like acknowledge how that can kind of be a benefit for people, but sometimes you do need an altered substance to kind of drown out shit that you don't really have the resources to deal with at the moment. So sometimes it can be an ail in that ways, but again, you do have to look at it as like, look, it's alright to indulge in it a little extra, but you have to keep it from becoming an addiction. And you have to realize, well, eventually you're going to need to be able to be in a place where you can deal with it, where you have the resources and can deal with these problems. But again, it's not like it's not something that, if people were taught that, yeah, you can use it efficiently, and it should be something you should let people know that, I kind of use it to, not deal with certain shit that I just don't have the capacity to deal with right now, either emotionally or mentally or whatever the fuck it may be, trauma-wise. Let's be honest, not everybody has the fucking money for therapy. I mean, who the fuck has got? I looked up the rate for Americans in my local state. It's like $130, $140. It's like an hour. It's like, who the fuck has $140 an hour to sit around and talk about shit? And it's like it's going to take like months of like hours of time to get through shit for most people, especially people that are like in denial or don't like to talk about like their problems. I mean, it's just insane that $140, $130 an hour is what we would charge somebody to fucking try to help deal with themselves. I understand making from a money making perspective, but like I don't know. I
What's
feel
the
like
context?
you
What are
get
you talking
the
about?
same sense from $50. Like you make it like a nice and medium, but also I don't know the medium. You also have to consider like all medical like all like medical industry stuff. You're gonna have people who abuse the fuck out of it. So those price hikes might keep people from abusing it, but I think all it really does is get rid of the poor. Which I
Are you
don't know if
talking
that's
about
like supposed to
therapy?
be the I'm talking about well, I'm talking about drugs, and then we got into like a little side bit about therapy for how much it costs like an hour to deal with shit, because I'm talking about drugs can sometimes be used to numb shit until you can afford therapy. Because I mean, like, not everybody can fucking afford therapy. I mean, seriously, $140 an hour. It's a pretty high price. I feel like you can get the same effect $50 an hour. They keep coming back because they maybe fucking afford it. I don't know. But that's just me. I don't, like I said, I don't know if like other medical institutions, they have problems with people who just abuse the shit out of it or are annoying as hell. I would assume that obviously they're gonna have a problem with people that don't actually want to seek help and are just coming there as an excuse. But I feel like you just refuse service once that becomes a problem, or you point out within the session, like, hey, you're not solving a problem. Well, good. What were you gonna say?
Bro, you good? What's going on?
This is the Battlebit podcast. We're talking about drugs. We're talking about drugs.
Bro, I
We're
didn't
talking
join
about
you. What the fuck are you talking?
We're talking about drugs. We're talking about a little bit about therapy and like how drugs. Some people use drugs to deal with problems until they can get therapy. How that maybe not be a bad thing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If we were more
I get that.
educated and
Yeah.
okay, pay attention for it becoming addiction. We need to get the fuck out of here because we're getting. Oh yeah, and there goes that. All right, perfect. Now somebody good is on the wheel. All right. Well, I didn't know I was gonna hit the top of that. All right, boys. Well, that was one hell of a thing. But yeah, and not everyone can afford these sort of luxuries, especially at $140 an hour. Like I said, I don't know. I personally would like to study this kind of shit and see like what kind of results there would be for people who abuse the system. But again, I feel like within the session where you can call those kind of people out that abuse the system, and you can be like, hey, you're not here to get help. You're here to say, hey, I'm doing something about it without actually doing anything about it. And you can take that by case. I'm refusing to give you service. Even if you give me money, I'm not gonna, because you're not helping yourself. And I mean, literally, psychologists would be the one that they'd be trained to figure that out. So I feel like they would be in a unique position to do that. But again, also let's remember another relationship with drugs, which is the medical relationship, and that if you're going to a psychologist who's constantly recommending you drugs when you only have light problems like anxiety or depression, that could probably be, you can muster it up the defense to get rid of it yourself or deal with it yourself or cope with it yourself. That's another area where drugs are sort of a bad kind of solution. We've become too reliant in medicine on giving people prescriptions, and it's led to a serious problem, especially the antibiotics problem, where you just give people fucking antibiotics, and now you have antibiotic-resistant, fucking biotics, and it's ridiculous. So this whole idea of, pushing things away with Bionicles. I love Bionicles. I had a bunch as a kid. Bionicles are great, man.
You like Bionicles?
I love Bionicles.
They're great.
I had a bunch of Bionicles. Me and my friend used to make.
Why do you like Bionicles?
Because they're cool, and me and my friend used to play with them when we were kids.
Fuck
You
yeah,
ever
dude.
at the Hero Factory?
Get that guy on the left. I see him. He's by that fucking tower. Where is he? Where the fuck did he go? He was right here. Oh, there they are. They're by the cars. They're by the cars. Oh shit! Who the fuck is up above us? There's a helicopter or something behind us. What is it?
Got him.
What is it? Where is it?
Yeah, there's
Where'd
a
it
cop
go?
there on the ground.
There he is.
There's-
There he is. He's right there.
Head left side.
For the Battlebit podcast, boys, get this helicopter.
Is this
Get
an
that
actual
boy-
podcast?
Yeah,
right
this is
now?
the podcast. We're talking about drugs. We're live on Twitch. I post
I'm
this on
enjoying
YouTube
it.
as well.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I started this about a month and a half ago. Oh, it's getting hairy. They're everywhere on the point. Fucking light them up. Light them up, boys. Kill them all. Help our boys in blue down there. America, fuck yeah. See, you can tell that I like drugs. I enjoy my drugs. You know what?
love
There's
drugs.
nothing. If you're
Me
gonna
too.
take drugs recreationally, at the very
There's a
least,
cop
if you
over
know
behind
you
us.
may never. Yeah, we're getting into some heals because I'm red. I need some heals. Wait, we're just gonna go back really quick and come back. But if you ever take drugs recreationally, you know, and you think you may never take that drug again because it's too intense, at least enjoy the fucking experience. Find a goddamn way to enjoy the experience. Or if you take drugs too goddamn often because you're suppressing something that's fucking deep within inside of you and you can't deal with it right now, you don't got the resources. Again, enjoy the fucking drug. Gotta enjoy your fucking experience, man. Gotta enjoy them drugs. You can't just let them go to waste. I mean, you spend a lot of fucking money on them most of the time anyways. You know? So you might as well get fucking your money's
what's your
worth.
Twitch?
My Twitch is the Battlebit podcast. My YouTube is Sensitive
You
Name.
talking about drugs?
Yep, that's the topic today
Yeah.
is drugs. What do you boys think about drugs? Thoughts?
Okay, alright.
I did shrooms once. It was very.
Yeah, they're alright.
Do recommend.
Any
Drugs are
drugs
quite
you
fun.
guys have experience with?
Well. There's a copy.
You ever tried Jankum?
No. I thought that shit didn't exist. Hold on. I'm switching to repair.
I'm getting out of here. I'm trying to stay in the trees. Oh, there's a BTR. Get above it. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. And we're going down. They're everywhere. I'm dying. Oh, no. We're going down.
Ah, shit.
Ah!
Jankum?
Well, there goes that. But no, you know, drugs can be a useful material in one's... Oh, here's a helicopter. Let's go with a rocket boy. Podcasting Rocket Man on your left.
You're podcasting Rocket Man?
Yeah, I'm a podcasting Rocket Man. We're talking about drugs. It's the Battlebit podcast. Would you like, is there any drugs you have experience with or like to share your experience about?
You know, I'm a big fan of black tar heroin.
They're on the
You're into
president.
black tar heroin? I know
No,
nothing
I don't know
about
how to
black
fly.
tar heroin, so that'd be a
Flush
great,
one.
what's it like? What's it feel like? What does black tar heroin feel like? Oh. What does black tar heroin feel like? What does black tar heroin feel like? Does
It feels like... Yeah, it feels like the first time you've had sex with your, like, ex-wife in 12 years that you haven't seen.
God damn. I've never had a wife, nor do I
Same
plan
sensation. Fuck, I can't fly.
to. That's all right, brother. You gave us quite some insight today. I think the viewers remember that. I did acid and fought a dragon, says Datru Brybar. Datru Brybar. Okay. I did acid and fought a dragon. I did what I thought was acid, but was some random pill like MDMA or some shit. Or a bad MDMA. No, I thought it was MDMA. That's right. I thought it was MDMA, but it was a bad pill. And I saw like all kinds of wacky fucking shit. I saw some evil shit, man. Like I was like freaking out in school and shit. I had to have my one friend fucking calm me the fuck down, bro. Oh my god. Fucking. So I had gotten it off this one sketchy dealer I know from just some people. I mean, I honestly, you know, considering the fact that everyone fucked with me, it's not surprised. I wasn't surprised to get like a fucked up pill, but like I didn't care. This is a stage in my life where I just did anything to feel something. So I didn't give a fuck if they gave me a bad pill. So I go to school, bro, and like every class is like a new problem after about period 3, because that's when shit starts to kick in, right? Because I had taken that shit on the way to school, on the walk and shit, and about period 3, shit starts to kick in. And I don't remember what my period 3 was, but I remember walking out of my period 3 and seeing all the people in the hallway, and I felt like everybody was fucking talking about me. Like I was paranoid as shit that like everyone was saying shit about me, or like they all knew that I was like on drugs, so they were talking about how like weird I looked. It was this weird, and then I kind of started realizing the shit was kicking in, because obviously the paranoia was fucking kicking in, and I remember sitting down in a class for, I think, English, and just freaking the fuck out at everybody. Anytime somebody would talk to me, I'd like scream something at them. And I don't remember too much about it, but I remember like I was like seeing shit, like little, it was small at first, like just little like things in like the corner of my eye, and then sometimes I'd see things like float past, little things, and I couldn't focus on them, so it would scare the shit out of me. But I tell you what, fucking after about an hour of that shit, bro, I was seeing full fucking delusions. I was seeing full fucking hallucinations and all this wacky shit, and I was fucking completely in this goddamn zone of like anything that was like even like slightly weird looking on the wall or around me or like in my vicinity or that I could see would start to like distort and turn into something like either terrifying or it would turn into some like wild fucking shit. That like would scare the fuck out of me, or like would either that or I would constantly be paranoid about, because like I feel like either it was like really scary or like it was about to like do something to me, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't gonna do anything like murder or something, but it was about to you know get one over on me or some shit. If you kind of get my drift, like it was gonna get me somehow, and it was like this like weird vagueness of like it's gonna get me, like either make fun of me or like it's gonna catch me off guard type shit. But I didn't have like a specific thing in mind, almost like what it was gonna do, while also kind of having like this sort of like it might kidnap me but also not like take me away somewhere type shit. It was really goofy, you know. Oh, that's green. I didn't see the green until you got through the fucking. But it was like this really goofy like limbo of like, no, he's gonna do something really fucked up, and then maybe it's gonna be this thing or that. No, never mind. He changed his mind. Like I also remember thinking at one point, bro, no, he changed his mind. He's gonna do something else to me. I was like looking at like this. I wonder if it was a kid, but I was looking at something like across the classroom and staring at it for like a good 5 minutes, and just like nah, bro, he's looking at me, he's gonna get me, he's changed. No, look, you can see him thinking about it, you can see it above him. It's just like this weird fucking shit, and I'm just seeing like all this shit, and I remember saying I could see his thoughts, but I don't remember what the fuck I was seeing. I just remember saying some shit like that, and then I remember being in the fucking cafeteria. So I was in the and they pretty much were like everything I remember kind of picks up. Like I was in the cafeteria and everybody was like, there was like 3 people around me that knew I was now fucked up and shit. They were talking to me really soft and like trying to help me out. And then like 2 dudes came over and started fucking with me and shit and trying to spook me and shit. And I was like, no, I'm good. Because I was at a really like chill point in the cafeteria for a minute. But I was also kind of like out of it because I didn't know what people were saying to me. I just knew kind of like what in people's, it's like I could feel people's intentions or some shit. It was really goofy. What the fuck is going on up there? That guy just tried to kamikaze him. Whew, that would have been close. He just dodged at them? But, yeah, no, it was this really goofy. I want to help that fucking dude. But it was this really goofy fucking shit. And then eventually we get to jewelry class, and I remember all the art shit on the fucking that was hanging on the ceiling starts coming alive. I think one of it was like a fish or something, and it fucking scared the piss out of me, bro. I thought like I was seeing some sort of fucking monster like coming at me out of the sky and shit. It was not a fucking good time. The fish starts like coming fucking alive and like swimming at me. And like all this like weird shit, dude, it was fucking terrifying. I just remember being really fucking scared and my friend trying to calm me down, and then fucking seeing the shit and like ducking from the shit swimming at me and stuff. Like it was freaky, dude. I've never seen some shit like that in my life, but I remember that for the rest of my damn life. Here, motherfucker, I know he's got some shit. Nope, there's boys next to me. Can't even hear him. But no, dude, fucking. So yeah, that's one of the states you can kind of get into with drugs. You get into a place where you're just like, fuck it, bro. I don't give a shit. I just want to feel nothing, and that's kind of like where I was. I was like, I just didn't give a fuck. I just want to feel nothing. I didn't want to like exist. So I just.
How do you fly?
Into, like, drugs and shit.
Left on the num
you crash into the
joystick
ground.
or?
No, you have to press in the joystick and spin it around really hard. Ain't it fair and balanced, brother? Isn't it so fair and balanced? Isn't that so fair and balanced? Isn't that amazing? You can die from one shot from across the map. Don't you love it? Don't you love it, brother? Woo! Alright, sorry, I was fighting the demons. But yeah, you know. Shit, drugs get fucking wild, man. Drugs are nothing to take lightly. That's why you should heavily research any drug, their possible side effects, and what kind of long-term side effects people talk about or possibly report it. Anytime, like, you have, like a thought of doing a drug or you want to do, like, drugs, like, for the first time, you should just research about it, you know, that's probably, and then once you know about it, I mean, you kind of fucking know about it. It's not like you're gonna forget unless, I guess, you know, you take a drug and forget your life. Like acid or some shit, you know, you do some wild fucking psychedelic
drugs and I forgot everything.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, brother? Tell us your experience, Mugwara. Mugawara. What the fuck? Mugawara? Is that your name?
I took DMT, lived a whole other lifetime, and then forgot I existed as this person.
God damn, bro. I hear DMT be wild. Did you tell Joe Rogan about it? You should tell Joe Rogan about it. He'd love to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I'm on his podcast.
Oh, dude. That's awesome. Well, now you're on someone else's podcast as well.
Sit the fuck down, bitch. Sit the fuck down,
What do you
bitch.
mean sit down? You're talking shit to a guy who's literally running a podcast right now.
Down.
You think
that was a pistol.
What?
That was a pistol,
I know
bitch.
it was a pistol. Good
just
for
got
you.
shit on.
I'm talking in a podcast right now. What are you shitting on a guy who isn't paying attention for? The fuck? I'm not even paying attention, bruh. I'm talking to some guy in my squad. And there he goes. Look at him run around. Let's see if he kills anybody else. Look at him spin around up there. Somebody's got him aimed up. He's gonna jump down. He's going for the man. Oh, nope, he's back up. He threw the nade. I think he got... No, I think it might have been his buddy that threw the nade. Oh, no, he didn't get him. He's going back up. He got the guy coming up the stairs. There goes the second one. He jumps out on him. Oh, the guy kills him, but they come back. His buddies came back and killed him. Holy shit. One hell of a fucking run. One hell of a run, brother. One hell of a run. Give this man a round of applause, boys. So, sir, we only get dubs. You do drugs? Have you ever done drugs? You got any drug stories you'd like to share with the people? You know, I once had an experience with cocaine as well. I was hanging out with these kids that I always smoke weed with and shit, and they wanted to get some like coke.
Aye.
Cause there's this one guy that really liked coke. And
What about coke?
Girls that we were friends with into it. They were like this lesbian couple or whatever. And so you know they invite this guy over who wants to sell them shit.
Hey, you should land before we all die immediately.
What happens is the guy's like really paranoid and shit because he does fucking cocaine all the time, and he thinks that like I'm a narc because I don't want to do any of it. Cause I'm not. I've never done cocaine up to that point and shit. I don't really like cocaine. So he pulls out a gun and he starts threatening me and shit, and getting really like, hey, you know, do it or I'm gonna fucking shoot you type shit. He kind of put it on the table, and I was like, bro, I just don't. I'm not a narc, but I smoke fuck tons of weed. I'm like 14. Leave me alone. And he's like, no, do the fucking line, or I'm putting a bullet in your fucking head. So I'm sitting there. I'm shitting piss, pissing shit. You know, the usual shit for having a fucking guy that's off cocaine threatening you with a weapon. And he just picks it up, puts it to my head, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing a line. And I stuck my face into that white powder, sniffed it out, fucking hated it. Hurt my goddamn fucking nose, fucking. And,
Hurt your fucking sanity, probably.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
Fuck,
was.
I'd do that to my wife, to be honest.
Do what to your wife? What would you do to her? Tell us about what you do to your wife.
I'd do that to my wife.
You
Fuck every day, midday, fucking drywall, and I just want to go home and fucking smack my wife with a fucking 5/8 sheet of drywall.
Oh, hello again.
Well, goddamn, why do you want to smack your wife with a 5/8 sheet of drywall? That doesn't sound like a very nice thing to do.
Oh, shit.
Alright, I guess we're never gonna get an answer. Come on, big man, tell me. Or big
Fuck,
Mel?
what do you mean, what the fuck? I just told you the fucking answer, stun cunt. Fuck. Open your fucking ears, bud.
What drugs do you do?
Be
All
honest.
kinds of drugs, man. Well, I mean, you didn't tell me the answer. You gave me no
Fuck
answer.
me
I guess
today.
there's no reason. You just kind of said you just didn't say anything.
No,
unless,
that
like,
fuck, do you
like-
really need a reason? Don't really need one, though.
All right, I guess it is your
Fucking-
wife. You
just-
can't do
just
whatever you
fucking
want.
does
I just
stupid
want to find a
shit.
helicopter to fly in. I just want to
Do
find
you
a
have a father
helicopter to...
figure in your life, Big Mel?
Yep.
Do you have a
Fuck,
mother figure
always
in
good
your
guy.
life?
Yep.
Do you like your mom?
Fucking right, bud. Never disrespect parents.
So you just like beating your wife? What? You are kicked by anti-cheat. Okay, then. That was weird. That was weird. Well, boys, 30 minutes. We're having our first intermission. I don't know what the fuck just happened, dude. I was talking to that guy about his fucking. He likes to beat his wife, and they just kicked me. I wonder if the moderators have come back. I was just watching an episode from the first episode or the second episode where we thought the moderators might have been fucking with us. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fucking hell Battlebit podcast. Today, we're talking about drugs. We're on part 2, and this is episode 12. Does anyone else love drugs? I think drugs are great. I also think they're a curse. Kind of like life. You know? Drugs can be great, but drugs can be evil.
You've actually made 12 episodes of this bullshit.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have, son. I enjoy it.
I'm sorry.
I like it. Well, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the viewers. They're the ones that have to listen to this treble. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you're thinking? Isn't that what you wanted to say? I'm already in his head. Yeah. See, I know what you're going to think before you think. It's just what it is. At least when it pertains to me, because I can predict you like that. It's simple, easy. It's 1, 2, 3. You know, I like to ramble, and I don't really care what other people think, so this is one of the favorite things I like to do. And for some reason, people like to listen. I think we have a shared case of psychosis or insanity. But, nonetheless, I quite enjoy it. It feels human. I love it. And besides, I think everybody just wants to sit down and rant about something for a little while. Today, we're ranting about drugs. You got anything to say about drugs, brother? Well, that is some wonderful insight, I cannot lie. But personally, I'm not a heroin guy. I think it's a little bit too much euphoria, too much risk, not enough reward. Get hella euphoria the first time, but then it just becomes sort of like an addiction. And brings you down a hole.
You mean like drugs like Tylenol?
Well, Tylenol is a drug. That is true. There's also strong Tylenol, which kind of hits like morphine. You ever done strong Tylenol?
No.
Oh, that's the shit, man. That's some fun shit.
What is drug?
What is drug? Drug is
On
chemical.
a more philosophical level.
It's chemical substances that alter your body or mind, brother. They are a
I
physical
love coffee.
apparatus of stimuli which we have a response to. It's a cause and where we have an effect. You know?
Oh, so like coffee.
Yeah, like coffee. Coffee's a drug too, because caffeine's a drug.
Crack, meth, heroin.
That guy said meth, heroin. What else did he say? Crack?
Crack.
Crack, yes. Crack was a great drug. And the fact that it literally spread like fucking wildfire and destroyed every community it touched. It's almost like if you've ever seen the movie Alien, how they call it the perfect organism. It's kind of like that.
Destroyed.
A destructive virus of
It's
perfection.
a funny word for improved.
Improved. Well, I mean, is it really an improvisation upon the fact that it's going to make it highly addictive with little reward over time, kind of like heroin, instead of something like cocaine, which you could constantly get high off? And yeah, sure, you got some paranoia, but you're fucking rocking in the 90s, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's, you know, personally, when it's literally responsible for the destruction of possibly even the entirety of America because of how much it fucked up communities all over the place and just led to a lot of drug fucking issues, which then led pharmaceutical companies not to give a fuck about letting off addictive drugs. It's like, well, everybody's already addicted to something anyways. We might as well fucking profit. Yeah. No. Once the government is involved in trying to distribute it to people, I think that means it's probably evil at that point, you know? Like freedom. You know, I mean, you ever ask somebody in Iraq how they think about freedom? Do they feel free? How about Afghanistan? Anybody Afghanistan
I do
feel
it once
free?
a week.
What do they say? Tell us.
Yeah, because the Taliban won.
Exactly.
Okay, they're feeling pretty free.
They're feeling pretty free. At least the ones that believe the way the Taliban do. Yeah, sure, the rest of them aren't free, but sorry. It's not your country, you know, unless you take it back, you know? You gotta kind of take it over. You gotta fight for your own damn rights. You can't expect some other country to do it, and then when 80% of your population doesn't really agree with us, you know, that's just how it is. Or like 50%, depending on what country we're talking about. But yeah, you know, I think, I can. That was beautiful. But see, it's just interesting how drugs are almost a solution to nothing and everything at the same time. Kind of like freedom, you know? Freedom allows you to do what you want, but now it's up to you to figure out shit for yourself. Drugs, they allow you to forget about all your fucking problems, but it's up to you to not let them become another problem, you know? It's interesting how things like that work in the world. So I see your name is Cornelius Cornwall. Do you know anything about the man, the myth, the legend himself? Damn, that's a shame. Well, neither do I, so. Oh. Don't
I
do
do
that!
know he died in the 1800s.
Yes, he did die in the 1800s. That I do know. I think. Or was it the 1700s? Don't do that!
I died in the 1800s.
Kaboom. Well, you know, what is... Cornelius, tell me, what is your favorite drug? What is your favorite drug? What's one that you come back
The
to?
love your mother gives me.
You might want to get checked, my friend. That's because that's surely not a drug. That's an infection.
Whoa. Some drugs are like an infection. The only cure is
Well,
more
I
of
guess
it.
you're right. I guess you're right. They do sort of feed off their hosts, don't they? But no real drugs come to mind, my friend. Nothing at all. No.
Nah, not really.
Not a drinker, not a smoker. So you're just a dopamine guy, huh?
I know.
Adrenaline junkie?
Pure. Yes.
Ah, see, that's a drug.
Yeah, one could say that. Best kind, free.
Well, I mean, just like DMT, it's a naturally produced drug.
Oh man, I love D&D.
DMT or D&D?
Yes.
Well, both. All right, that's great. Have you ever played
Did you say
D&D while
TNT?
on DMT? While using TNT?
Once a day.
That seems like a very good religious practice. We should probably make some sort of religion around that.
Shot a dead body like a retard.
I think we could probably get a tax break for it. What do you think?
LA easy, yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you. See, I want to start a religion that drugs like bring us to God, so that I can get like a legal exemption to do drugs under my religion. You know?
Dude, help me, please.
I gotcha.
You think? I don't know if it'll work though.
Some Native American tribes get that exemption for like certain things they do for like their religion, culture.
Dinkelberg, your mic is very low. I can only hear like every third word you're saying. I'm sorry.
He's really far away, I'm sorry. He's like 50 feet from his mic.
Yeah, I think he's actually in Alaska.
He's probably sniping.
Oh yeah.
Talking right now. Can you hear me now?
No, I think that's even worse.
Oh, the C-Force.
Hey, wait, maybe if I back up from my mic, I can hear him better. Say something now.
Hello?
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I think that's working. All right, say what you were gonna say.
Okay, so at first I said like some Native American tribes, they literally get like peyote exemptions and shit like that because it's like their religion and shit and they can't outlaw that.
Yeah, but they got like 600 years of bullshit behind them. I need something I can start up tomorrow and be like, look, man, all right? I understand that in somewhere in the 1920s, they tried to say that marijuana made Mexicans thirst for white woman pussy and blood. But listen, I want to start a religion around it, all right, of peace people. Because there's nothing more peaceful than marijuana, all right? I don't know who came up with that bullshit about blood and Mexicans, but it sounds pretty racist. I'm pretty sure it was racist. But, I mean, they are Mexicans. You really can't say. And I honestly think that if you look at the stats, the only people that do bad shit on marijuana were doing other drugs to begin with. So we all need to smoke some Mary J. and have a nice long conversation about why the floor feels like fuzz. Does anyone else agree? Hello? No! No. Die, sir.
Madman. Oh, fuck.
Watch this. Oh, wait, never mind.
Is my mic too loud now?
No, you're just right. That's good.
Alright.
Wait, let me get my loadout. Go Bulls. Got some green grenades. But they'll throw some green grenades, boys.
What do you do?
But you know, drugs. Oh, hold on, my drug is hitting me. Drugs may also be an introduction to God to some people. A lot of visions and things in the past can be attributed to drugs. Drugs are an interesting area where we don't really have full explanations for what happens when we take them sometimes. You know? It's sometimes we have like these visions, or sometimes we hear voices call to us, or other things like that. I don't know how the fuck someone got C4 over here. What the fuck is going on? But I tell you what, it's interesting how we have these sort of godlike psychedelic experiences off of a lot of types of drugs. And I even think it's interesting that we produce some psychedelics ourselves in our brain with the whole DMT thing. But who's to say what really the things we see at the end of the day from those are? They can be absolutely nothing and everything at the same time. We really just have no idea. There's no real way to tell. And I think drugs, though, as like a thing, are a nice additive to life and a way to enhance experiences. But the problem is people often, we succumb to our vices. So, we succumb to addiction or into relying too heavily on these things. And I think instead of conversating around just stay the fuck away from all drugs forever, all time, every time, the conversation should center around, like, maybe you can have a decent relationship with drugs if you understand. Maybe you shouldn't take certain ones, or, if you're going to try something, know that it's potent and don't overdo it, and don't, keep fucking doing it. Shit like that, I mean. Hell, there's people that go out there and get fucking bit by all kinds of snakes to get a resistance to venom, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's up to you. All I can tell you is be fucking educated before you do some dumbass shit, it's really not that hard. And it's really not hard to be educated today, especially in the day of the internet. But one thing you gotta remember is parents will never help you educate about this kind of stuff. They're always gonna fucking be resistant or some sort of thing. You're always gonna have to find secret ways around that shit. So, it's really just a fucking issue at the end of the day that you can't prevent anyone from doing certain shit, but you also should be trying to stop them in a sort of way, or trying to at least guide them in a sense. I don't really think preventing anyone from doing anything like with an authoritarian hand, just more of, if you do it, you're fucked, But at the end of the day, I think even if you're going to prevent someone from doing something, you should still educate them about it, because then you can give a better fucking reason as to why they shouldn't do that thing. But also, again, educate yourself about, medical drugs, too, so you don't ever fucking, because a lot of times, I mean, look at the whole opioid crisis. We can't even trust fucking medical doctors with drugs. That's how bad we've gotten to this point, where we are so limited on education with one another when it comes to this topic of drugs itself, that we literally have, cases of fucking entire industries taking advantage of people with addictive chemicals. I mean, because, everyone just instantly trusts, well, my doctor says that it's good, it's okay, and I need it for, well, specifically for opioids, for my pain. And then you get this fucking drug that gives you the fucking euphoria of a lifetime. You're like, yeah, it gets rid of my pain, but it also, oh my god, it's the best experience ever. And you're like, I gotta get more. And you're like, well, your doctor says it's safe, it's not addictive, it's just fun. And it's like, uh-oh. And just the fact that people can pass that shit around as professionals, and no one's the wiser. It just speaks to the limit of education of people on this specific topic. It's just sad. That being said, let's get a little ranking going here. I think we put on the bottom of the ranking. Well, see, I see. There's a lot of drugs I also don't know off by the top of my head. He said where the fuck? Bro left, but fucking Debbie was talking about coyote, or the Native American drug, coyote or yote or whatever the fuck it's called. And I don't know shit about that drug. I don't know shit about that. They got their shit in the Amazon. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of variety of recreational drugs, but we're just gonna kind of stick to the main ones for ranking. So I put on the bottom tobacco, weed, then alcohol, then your coke type shit. Well, no, you're gonna put your prescription stuff right before the coke, the non-opioid stuff. Then you got the coke, And then, let's see, yeah, you put the crack probably right above the coke, right alongside the prescription opioids, and then you put the heroin above that, and then you got all your fancy, your crocodiles, your wild shit after that. That's pretty much all that shit. That's probably what it comes to ranking when you come to severity of danger of drugs. Actually, you know what? It depends. I mean, well, I guess it depends. It depends because the hard one is tobacco and weed. You can switch those really around any sort of way. There's really not one that's better than the other because you got the problem of, well, weed's not necessarily addictive physically. It's more mentally addictive, like, kind of relying on it for shit, like, but also at the same time just kind of craving it like food. Like, it has a similar craving type thing like food. At the same time, tobacco is highly addictive. But then you also have to consider, well, tobacco by itself, whenever you smoke and all that stuff over time, isn't really much different from weed. But when you add in the cigarettes and all the chemicals, then yeah, it becomes really bad for your lungs and your throat and all that fucking bullshit. And so it's really hard to place it. And then you also have the other problem with weed. Well, it's sort of a psychedelic, so sometimes a few rare people have bad reactions to it. And also, there's just it's also just more of like a mental heavy drug. So it has like more of an intense effect than nicotine. So you can kind of do that. And then below that, you put something like coffee. Below all those two, though, you put something like coffee, right? Like caffeine. But it's really hard to really displace the two of tobacco and marijuana, because honestly, either or could go anywhere, up or down, up or above or below. But I think one of the best things to really do is also don't be afraid to talk to doctors about drugs you do. Because they'll know more shit than anybody. They're probably gonna fearmonger you, but they'll also have asking specific questions to get away from the fearmongering and learn about like the actual shit that you need to know about the drug. What the specific side effects or problems you can have from it. Because we all know the fucking benefits. It's getting high and having a good fucking time. That's obvious to everybody. But shit happens, and people do things, and your doctor's gonna be like, well, you shouldn't do it, and you're gonna be like, well, I want, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and before you do, you should do a little fucking research, learn a little bit. I wonder if I can lay under one of these. I feel like we were being pushed, but I guess not. Dead.
Medic.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about some things I don't really get about drugs that I've never fucking done, like heroin. Like, I know opioids, right? Like, I always wonder how people got into, like, heroin because of how infamous it is. And I can kind of get before all the education and stuff, but, like, I always wonder how, like, people eventually get into heroin with like, and there's a couple people I've met that have got into it, and they're just like, well, you start doing drugs, you do more drugs, and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do this too. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's just people experimenting. And for me personally, it's like I would never, think to experiment that far. But I guess, in the realm of people will fucking push things. I mean, we used to fucking try to conquer fucking lands and shit. I mean, we are gonna push the limits. That's just the thing about humans. We like to push our limits. So it would be assuming that people go around experimenting. They're gonna experiment with the top of the top, and it ain't gonna go well every time. That's the problem. So I guess that, but that can't be like everyone. You know what I mean? Like, that can't be the majority of people. It's gotta be like some sort of minority or something. And then like other people, like, how do you just get into that? I think sometimes people, like, they say peer pressure, but it's also like, how do you let someone convince you of that unless you are uneducated about the drug completely? And this goes back to the whole education thing. Like, this is one of the problems of uneducation, or like fear-mongering instead of educating. It's because then someone that's actually done the drug and has experience can tell the truth and completely knock out the whole fucking argument from the side that's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this drug because it's highly addictive. And, you know, it's sort of a counterbalance weight that fucks up everything and creates more problems where there wouldn't be any in the first place, you know. And I don't know, I feel like education over fear-mongering has always been the better way to go. It's just a stupid fucking back and forth between people who are gonna fucking do shit regardless of what you say or do or tell them to do. And people who are like, I will prevent you from doing whatever the hell I can prevent you from doing behind my powers that be. Now I'm kind of like into some stories. I think we should tell the story of the first time I did weed. I remember weed working its way into like my middle school, right? So we were close to like graduation and shit, and we started talking about like these couple of kids who got weed from some high school kids. And now, if you know the school I'm talking about, there's kids that went all the way down to smoking weed down in like the younger grades, like fucking 5th and 6th. But like for us, it was like 8th grade.
Dude, are you
we were about
reading
to, like, no, this is a
books or something?
podcast. This is a podcast. What's up, man? I'm talking about drugs. Alright, he's gone. But yeah, so like we hearing about these kids that are getting drugs from things, so everybody starts pestering them. And I remember specifically like our end of the year trip, like half the bus had fucking weed on them, and fucking one dude wound up smoking it in his like bathroom. People we were with, we wound up fucking, I had some and we had some, and we wound up flushing our shit because they was going around about shit. And then somebody in our thing was paranoid and started making a fuss and all this bullshit. And, yeah, no, and fucking, and then we wound up linking up with somebody because we went to Hershey Park and we wound up smoking, like, in some, like, back spot in, like, Hershey. It was fucking wild, dude. But that's not the first time I smoked. The first time I fucking smoked was, when we were all kind of pestering about it. Like, everybody's, you know, like, hey, yo, dude, can you get me some? Hey, can you get me some, bro? I want to try it. And, like, everybody on the block, except for the girls. A lot of girls were very fucking suspicious of this shit. And, you know, sometimes I wonder, this is about the gender stereotypes. So all the girls like, I don't know, I don't want to do it. There was, like, 2 girls, maybe, that were, like, into, like doing, like, trying weed shit. But, like, almost all the dudes wanted to fucking try weed. It was this weird dichotomy of, like, just the difference between boys and girls at that age, I guess. Or in the area or whatever. But, so I asked them. And eventually, and they link everybody up with their people older than them buying these, you know, these, what's it called, these high school kids that are doing it. And they charge you bullshit numbers like 20 for a gram and shit. So, you know, I pay my 20 or whatever the fuck, I get a gram, and then I have these kids at the bleacher fucking roll it up, right?
Sure.
And I smoke it with all of them. Yeah. And we're all, and so they roll up this shit, they're smoking, and there's this one kid that fucks with me at school, one of the kids that like constantly fucks with me, always gets people started on me because he kind of gets bullied sometimes a little bit too and likes to redirect it towards my way because he's not like, he doesn't know all the kids from the way.
Your body.
What if you're the one getting fucked, boy? What if you're the one getting fucked, huh? Because my leg's deep in your asshole right now. I can feel your fucking intestines, boy. How you like that? How you like my foot up your ass? But anyways. So, you know, these guys, you know, they roll up. We're going off to smoke and shit. And we're chilling there on the bleachers, and we're smoking, and they roll up, and we're all hitting it. And the one dude that fucks with me doesn't want to take a hit, but I take a hit immediately. Like, I cough and shit, but I take more hits again. You know, I'm eventually fucked up after just a few hits, so everybody's passed around the whole thing. I didn't really give a fuck. It was my first time. I just wanted to fucking hit it and try it. And I didn't want to be fucking by myself doing it, so I said, fuck it.
Again.
It's not like I like any of it.
You're getting fucked again.
But it's you who's getting fucked, because now my arm's up your goddamn ass, brother. Now my leg's up there, too. How you like that? How you like that? You must be some sort of fucking lover, boy. You want to be my new lover? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we fucking each other now, brother. We're laying on the floor together. We're lovers. Me and you, brother.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait.
Oh, just wait, just wait. Oh, there you go, there you go. You picked him back
Oh,
up.
you can fuck
Yeah,
again,
add a
you
little
can
motion
fuck
back.
again.
Yeah, add a little motion, man.
Yeah,
I'm doing a
yeah.
podcast, bro. I don't know why
Yeah.
you're so happy. You're like
Are you?
raping people. Yeah, I'm doing a podcast.
You got fucked on a podcast?
I'm running around exploding.
Damn.
You get fucked on a podcast. But nah. So we're so you know I'm getting fucked up, and eventually dude takes like this like bitch hit and doesn't actually hit it, bro. And people were making fun of him for like 3-4 days, bro. Well, I puffed down shit, got fucked up, walked over, and was like, bro, when does this shit wear the fuck off? I'm not trying to be blasted in front of my grandma and shit. So then I walk around, it takes a couple hours. I walked home high as fuck, went upstairs, watched TV, and laid the fuck in my bed all fucking night. I was fucked up that night. What about grandma? What you got to say about my grandma? We talking about drugs. What do you got to say about drugs? You like drugs? Hey, get out of here, AJ. Nobody said anything to you, sir. So you know, fuck it. I'm fucked up in front of my grandma. I'm just sitting there, bro. I'm zoned the fuck out on this TV. I remember every time she came in that room, she's like, huh? I'm like, You know, like, I'm not trying to talk to her. I'm not trying to say shit because I know I'm going to fuck shit up. I remember thinking extra about every goddamn word that came out of my mouth to make sure I didn't fuck shit up. Bro, we did some wild shit out here. We was on some wild shit out there, fucking young as hell, fucking smoking weed. We didn't give a shit. Fucking. It's funny though, cause like I remember just like how hard it used to be for me to be able to like think about what I'd say, and now I could do like a whole podcast fucked up as hell. You know what I'm saying? Well, would you look at that? I guess we'll see you boys next round. Oh, yeah. I think the rest I got is stories. I've really lost my train of thought on the whole drug shit with all the people we've been talking to, man. Fuck. Yeah, if I was gonna do like in-depth education about like side effects and shit, I'd do specific drugs. Cause we'll probably just do one on marijuana and talk about like all the shit that could happen, and I'll get like real statistics and shit. Maybe that'll be 15. Do 14. Wait, this is 12, so 13 can be another random one. And then 14, I want to make the Roman Christian thing, but I'm thinking we make it about Constantine. And then we do some other general shit about that. And maybe a little bit about the Council of Nicaea or whatever the fuck it was. And then after that, then we do the marijuana stream. Maybe. But it'll be Tuesdays, so. Uh-oh. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It's been like going for an hour and the name was episode 11. I didn't fucking press done on my goddamn shit. Damn. Are we gonna get a fucking helicopter? Oh, hell yeah, we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Battlebit podcast. We're on part 3. We're talking about drugs today. What's up? Would you like to say anything, Villectron? Would you like to say anything to the people? Anything at all? Alright. Wise words of wisdom, my friend. Wise words of wisdom. You know, fucking, I remember that trip, bro. I remember sitting on the bus, the fucking end of year trip, bro. And I remember sitting on that bus, bro, buying the fucking weed from bro who had bought it and was selling to like other kids on the goddamn fucking shit. That shit was funny as hell, bro. He's in the middle of the bus selling to fucking kids in the back of the goddamn bus. selling them fucking weed at the goddamn back of the
for it, man.
bus and
Thank you.
shit. This shit was
Go for it, man.
fucking
Thank you.
hilarious, dude. So I think we had one of them like big tour buses, like one of them like tour bus things, right? And we're like
I'm gonna queef in your mouth.
and you could do like all kinds of like things. You could close the thing, you could extend your fucking shit, you could extend like your feet and whatnot. And we'd just be in the back of the fucking shit, eating fucking snacks, basically trapping out. The dude was selling fucking weed and shit to fucking kids. And like they like change seats all weird, or they'd pass it to people on the one side. It was funny as fuck, and the teachers never really found out that anybody had fucking brought weed on the trip, because on the trip there was this incident where a dude these kids started fucking with this one kid in the middle of the night, and they woke him up, and he fucking freaked the hell out, and he punched a TV and shit, or he like broke a TV, and fucking they had like a whole thing at night with it. They had to get like the managers, all that, and pay for the TV, and like it was like a whole little thing. It was fucking wild. And then there was this one other thing where a fucking girl got fucked at fucking Hershey Park and shit. I don't really know too much about what happened there. All I know is that one of the chicks, obviously not gonna say anything about who, but like them and this dude, these two troublemaking people were basically fucking in one of the bathrooms or whatever the hell. And they got caught by like like some adult or somebody older that wasn't like with like the party obviously that was there. It was just some like normal person going about their day that caught two fucking middle school kids fucking in a bathroom. Shit. I do remember a little bit about the spot. I remember we were behind like one of the roller coaster rides, and this like bathroom mixed fucking like concession stand thing, and there was like this little like hall space back there where you can go around a corner, and we were just back there puffing fucking weed. And you know, you didn't think about it at the time, but I know thinking back now, it must have smelled like fucking skunk up in that bitch, in that goddamn fucking area for like a minute. And workers and like everybody were probably like, somebody was puffing down. And it was 3 fucking middle school kids. Oh, that shit was funny as hell, man. And I walked most of the day around with one of the teachers, cause you know, I always fucking hated. I hate fucking amusement parks and roller coasters and shit. I don't like them. They fucking. They give me fucking. I don't like the feeling the fucking. What's it called? Give you. The roller coasters and shit. I don't like the pit stomach shit. It's not really my type of thing. And it just feels kind of like torture for like no reason. You know. Saying I don't particularly like it. It just kind of feels like you're fucking. I don't know. It's like comparable to like kind of like waterboarding yourself for fun. I don't really get the point in it, but I always like the little mini game shits. I always like the carnival game shits they had. But what I did is I went to the chocolate shit, got myself a big ass fat 5-pound fucking chocolate bar, and so did some other kid. And I remember fucking eating part of that on the way fucking home at the bus and shit, eating as much of the fucking chocolate as I could.
Well, who
before
are
I could
you
get back to the
talking
house.
to?
This is a podcast. This is a Battlebit podcast. Welcome, brother.
Oh, okay, cool. Yo, that's not good.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all. I didn't expect there to be a BTR on our side of the fucking map. But, well, then we're dead. But yeah, no, I remember trying to eat the fuck out of that shit before I got home. Like, my dad wouldn't let me in shit, obviously. Good times. Not really. I remember back upon it with obvious remembrance of kind of funny, like crazy shit we did, but honestly, none of it was really a good experience. You look back upon it and you go, wow, that was really some dog shit. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the only reason I was smoking with those kids in the back fucking shit there anyways is because, you know, weed was the only good feeling I had in my life at that point. I was like, fuck it, bro. I don't really care what the fuck happens. I didn't really give a shit about anything. But, you know. Yeah, no, I ain't having none of that. I ain't having none of that either. Me too, control. Yeah, that's it. Keep me there, keep me there. No, I lost him. He's behind us. Behind us. Yeah, that's it. There we go. I hit his driver. Oh, fuck. He's up too high. He's up too high. Fuck this motherfucker. I killed the one. I'm gonna kill this one too. God damn it. No, not the BTR. Fuck me. Fucking BTR. Nah, I mean, like, I just remember like just trying to escape existing. The chocolate part was good though. Chocolate's always good. Food's, I mean, the good food's always good. You can't lie. The food's always tastes good. It's at least all right. You know, some good food's all right. But I do remember also there's a whole drama that would come from it a lot later, or actually earlier. That came from it earlier. That is also makes the spoils a little memory, personal family drama. But that's not a thing to talk about really. You know, I know a girl who actually did wind up getting fucking a sort of psychosis from fucking weed. She was a real crazy party chick who just kind of fucking lost it. I mean, she had all kinds of fucking problems. She was, God, I think she had more partners than a lot of adults I know now. But I mean, she loved drugs. She loved fucking. She loved partying. And eventually she said she got like weed psychosis and shit from smoking too much weed. And I was like, damn, girl, you fucking really got it. And she said she like had like visions and shit. I haven't seen her since, so I don't know how much of that turned out to be the real thing. Trying to kamikaze. I need your help, boys. What are you doing? Can you guys shoot at them? We're smoking a lot here. Boys are dead. Jesus Christ. We're alive. We're actually alive. You boys shooting them goddamn helis when they're in front of us. If I point at something with the front of the heli, you should be able to see it with the machine guns. Oh, fuck. Shit, you know, also drugs destroyed my memory of a lot of shit. Thankfully, that was actually part of the plan. Yeah, you know, you can really fucking kill your understanding of any memory of what you remember certain time periods with drugs, and that was something I used to great fucking effect. I wanted to forget most of my schooling experience and forgot a good large chunk of it due to the fact that I did a lot of drugs. Get him, he's in front. Hit him before he hits us, god damn it. Okay, we're not. Fucking idiot. And the rotor's gone. Fucking moron. Jesus Christ. Well, I can't expect much more from the people of Battlebit, really. But I tell you what, fucking getting to opioids really woke my ass the fuck up when it came to my shit where I was getting too heavy into drugs and shit. I really don't. So that is kind of affects like on my perspective. Like I don't understand how you can get into opioids and shit or do heroin because like that shit woke me up. I was doing fucking crush oxys in the bathroom, bruh, and I'm like, damn, I'm fucking a schnapp on this bitch. I'm a real fucking junkie, and at that point I was just like, nah, bro, I gotta quit this shit. So I just stuck to fucking weed. Really cut that shit the fuck out. But yeah, no, I'm trying to think of really any good stories that would not be too fucking personal or be too specific. Take a good hit of my ball. Hold on. Give me a minute. Ooh, let's talk about that one dealer. One Jewish dealer who bitched the white kid who had the what do you call it? Who had the pink 22 that I talked about. I think it was last episode, maybe. I don't remember. But no. So there was this one dude, just like this Jewish dealer or whatever, right? And I remember the one time I bought off of him. We met behind like this Starbucks cafe place that had like a parking lot in the back, and we went up to this one deck of this kind of semi-abandoned spot where shops used to be, and bro gave me a gun to hide, but like told me to find a spot to hide a fucking gun. It was like some weird shit from the movies. But he's like, yeah man, check where to hide this shit, bro. And nowadays I'd be like, oh, it's probably, it's probably to get other people's fingerprints on it and shit. But bro wanted to hide it like under us while he was there, and we went there to buy weed and smoke at the same time. It was this goofy fucking thing, where we're fucking, we're smoking and shit, and dude's got a fucking gun sitting from his foot because he really thinks people are on his ass in broad daylight in the middle of a rich fucking neighborhood. And I was just like, damn, bruh. But I mean, I guess when you walk around, bitching your fucking enemies like that and robbing them and shit, it is just what it is, Everybody's got a rocket. Oh, 2 people got rockets because everyone and their mom has a rocket. Everyone and their mother has a goddamn rocket these days.
We're not suppressed.
I ain't suppress shit. I'm gonna die because everyone and their mom has rockets. Yep, it's 12 rockets down the road. Rockets. Yeah, vehicles are kind of dog shit in this fucking game. Like everyone and their mom has like rockets, so you can't really do anything with the vehicles. Helicopters are kind of alright, but like the whole getting shot out of the driver's seat with no warning is kind of shit. I remember getting high and fucking walking around with a bunch of kids like I was mooching off of their weed, and we were walking around fucking kicking people's pumpkins in and shit for no goddamn reason. And I remember I was doing it with them too, like a dickhead, of course. You trying to fit in, because obviously I'm mooching the weed. I ain't trying to be suspect out here. Like I'm like, oh, and plus I didn't really give a shit. Again, like I was at a point in my life, I don't really give a fuck. I just want to be fucking high and shit. So we're just kind of walking around being fucking dickheads, kicking people's like garden and shit in or whatever the fuck it was, and fucking like pumpkins and shit. Or no, it was the Halloween decorations that we were like destroying, but we'd remove people's Halloween decorations and like reassort them to be like retarded, or like to be like a way they're just not supposed to be. It wasn't necessarily like evil, but it was just wrong, It was just not how it's supposed to. So I guess it's like a weird type of dude. He's like, how we fucked up your shit. We didn't like it. Dudes didn't want police or whatever it was called. Because then you're kicking people's pumpkins because the pumpkins aren't like property. You can call police over least in that neighborhood, nobody really did. It was kids being kids, and they just wouldn't give a fuck.
Hey, can you actually like go to a place and drop us off? That'd be great.
You can get out anytime. The rope's always down, brother. You can get out anytime. There's always a way out. You just press the V thing and get the fuck out on the ground while we're fucking just riding around. Come on, boys. They're always at the front of the vehicle as well. On the front. Look on the front. Okay, we're not. Get the fuck off. And get off my wild ride. I want to get off your wild ride. You want to get off my wild ride, huh boys? Yeah, but that shit, bro. Drugs were a fucking powerful shit, bro. I remember fucking snorting Klonopin in the Starbucks bathroom and coming out and geeking about it to like the person I was there, bro. We was on some snap shit. We was just trying to get fucked up to be fucked up. That's really how it be though. You just get fucked up to be fucked up. Where's my boys to transport? I want some boys to transport. Let's go fucking try to pick somebody up. Enemy or teammate? What the fuck? Anybody else? Alright, we got boys. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We're gonna fuck shit up. So, boys, I gotta ask you a question. What do you boys think about drugs?
You got RPG on left side. RPG on left side.
I got a gunner on the left too, so that's perfect. We'll do left side runs.
Yeah.
Somebody's shooting at me from the left here. I don't know where. Oh, they're down there. There you are. Oh, what's the
There's
left
shit
side
done
gunner?
right below
What
us.
the
Right
fuck is our
beneath us.
gunner doing?
I don't know, bro. There's so many, bro.
Fucking hit the ground. I didn't mean to.
I'm repairing you right now. I'm repairing you.
Gunner, what the fuck? I tried to get in close for you. You didn't do anything. Oh, he's dead. That's why. Goddamn. He died. He died. He's fucking dead as shit. That man died. We're gonna go to A. Pick up anybody who wants to be picked up. Come on, boys, get in this goddamn helicopter. Got a one-way ticket out of here.
Get in the goddamn helicopter.
Get in the
We need some
helicopter,
gunners. We need some gunners.
Need some gunners. We need some gunners. We need some gunners.
Get in here, bro. We need a gunner.
Boys, get in this goddamn helicopter. Anybody else down there? There's one more. Here we go.
Hell yeah, there we
We need an
go.
F3. We need an F3.
Hell.
Oh, what the fuck? Now this... Alright, well, don't... Oh, shit, don't destroy that. Come over here, right to the left. Oh, we're getting BTR'd. Oh, I tried to dodge it. Well, man, we keep pushing. We keep fucking pushing. You know, one great thing about drugs, though, is that they're always there. One thing in human history we've always fucking had is drugs. So there's a lot of history of how we deal with altered mind states. A lot of people, probably around you wouldn't even think of. They'd have experience with that people would be able to draw from. But also there's a lot of historical examples to draw from as well. And different people that might have been off of drugs or were off drugs in history. Both good and bad. I mean, you have your obvious examples like Hitler. you also have other people like Leonardo da Vinci who was suspected of using drugs and shit. It's really interesting, you know, sometimes people's art and history can be attributed to drugs sometimes, or to just straight human power, but it's really just interesting how we always have drugs, and drugs are always fucking there. And I think that's a great thing about it, is that we explore boundaries that are frontiers, no matter if it's in the physical, metaphysical, or the chemical. I think drugs are a beautiful thing, and we have to be more respectful and educative about it. It's really my ending thoughts. I'm trying to think of some good stories. I want that fucking ass. I want that man's asshole. Was gonna be coming this way, or I would have fucking been ready for him. Look at him flying low like me. He thinks he's me. He thinks he's me, bro. He thinks he's Neo. This ammo back real quick. I'm just having a blast fucking sitting here blasting into these fucking helicopters, dude. I'm fried as hell. See, this is another thing. Drugs also make you do dumb shit like this, like you get fixated. I also want to see like how if I can hit one of them out of the fucking shit. Cause people always be hitting me out of these fucking helicopters, and I just be like, how, man? Sometimes. Can I get this fucking tank over here? I don't see any more helis in the sky. There's no more boys. There's no more brothers. No more boys. No more men. Well, you know what we should talk about? Mixed drugs. I didn't even think about that. You know what happens when you mix drugs? Two things. Either one, you have an amazing time. Either two, you die. And this is something I should have already mentioned in the educative category. Do not mix downers with downers and uppers with uppers, and don't triple mix. The only way you should ever triple mix is if you're going low dosage in all three of a drug. You should never ever double mix downers or double mix uppers. You double mix uppers, you might just fucking overload your system. You double mix downers, you might just fucking underload your system. You will fucking die. If you double shit, you can kind of, like I said, you can do it in low dosage. If you do it in low dosage, like weed and alcohol are technically downers, and if you do them both in low dosage, you get something called a crossfade. But you'll notice the potency increases when you do specific drugs together, or certain drugs, or sometimes some drugs just mix it with all drugs, and they fuck up your shit, your system, your face, however it may be. But yeah, you don't double mix the downers, you don't double mix the uppers, and if you do it in low dosage. That's why you should, anytime you have plans to do drugs, you should also always know your dosage, and fucking the addict, one of the things about if you are an addict, never expect if you take in fucking time or try to get clean coming back that you should be able to
I got the minigun. I got the minigun. You know that.
You're probably gonna die. Look in front of the vehicle. Look in front of the vehicle. They're all below us. At the front. God damn it.
I see him. I didn't shoot.
I'm spinning back. I'm doing a frontal curve on the left, on the frontal here. Here we go. Get them, boys. Oh, we're getting hit. We're getting hit.
Wow.
We're going low. Trying to get away.
I got one.
We're getting away.
Wow.
We're getting away out here.
This minigun cannot turn.
No, they suck. Well, no, you have to get your like your sensitivity up higher. Yeah, they're really slow if your sensitivity's low. But no, they also don't do any fucking damage, man. Especially from high distance. You need to be close up to fucking.
I just got one guy.
I ain't getting any points. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna heal.
Yeah, me too.
We're on fire, brother. We're on fire. We were on fire, my guy. I wonder if I can fill me up some more drugs while I wait for this to heal. Yes, boys, we can fill up our bowl while we wait for this to heal.
Hey, I thought I had the minigun. Man, whatever. I'll just get front seat.
Alright, men. We have a mission.
Let's do this.
We have a duty. An obligation.
Get to be.
Protect our men and assault the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah!
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
Are you real?
I am always real,
yeah.
brother. This is the Battlebit podcast. Welcome. Today's topic is drugs. You got anything to add?
I don't do drugs.
Alright. That's fair enough. You ever
My
taking
mom
medicine?
said
On
that.
the left, on the left, on the left!
Get him, guys.
Backing out. They're shooting at us. We're gonna swing back in another way. Hold up, boys. Hold on to your bristles. We're going for the enemy chopper, but we gotta get up high. Now our enemy forces come to head. In front of the vehicle, men, now! Fire, fire, fire!
Oh, yeah.
Go for his driver's seat or his tail rotor. We're getting assistance from men on the ground with rockets. He's crashed. I'm gonna keep us on him. Oh shit, I lost him. Hold on, give me a sec.
Get the survivors, get the survivors.
Alright, I've spun us back around. Here we are. Get the survivors, boys. No survivors. I want to see no survivors. No survivors. On the left. Going for a frontal spin. Here we go. He's on top of the heli. There's one under the tunnels. He's by the other heli. He's getting in the other heli. Oh, they got him. We got his ass. We're not having any of that shit tonight, brother. No, sir. This is our airspace. We're going in straight strife. Light them up, boys. Fire for effect. Doing a frontal spin on the front door. There's lots of men there. We're getting lit up hard. We're backing out. Alright. We're just gonna get some little bit of heals right here at this point. Oh, and that's the end of the game, brother. It was good working with you, man. It's good seeing you. And remember, boys, drugs are not to be feared. They're to be knowledged on. Shouldn't do all drugs too much, or really at all if you don't want to. But if you do want to do drugs, be educated. Educate yourself. I love you, and have a good night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. My high ass can't think of shit to add. My whole fucking train of thought on this shit got scrambled. So yeah. Well, boys, I enjoyed it. It was nice getting to interact with the people again. Had a little bit of a feisty beginning of our podcast here. We had quite a many men who entertained us. I enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys again. Toodaloo.